Everybody, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to Lucid's 2022 tournament game 4, where we are playing Nazca. This is turn 24, and okay, so let's talk about things, right? Or I say let's talk about things. Let's jump into things, right? We've got two battles against Agartha. The first one is us kind of like flying out in a I say flying out. We flew out last turn, right? And then we had the really big climactic fight with our god, and we were successful. Awesome, fantastic. One of the targets that we flew out at last turn, we failed at, and now we're combining against that target, and we're likely gonna fail there again. But we're basically just gambling, right? So we have a bunch of Hatan Runa here. We have a Pakwa of the Mountain Spirits for some swarm casting, and there's a bunch of PD here. And the hope is kind of like, you know, if we can get the swarm casting and enough Hatan Runa to land here, we might be able to do well against these longbowmen. And if we can route enough of them, we might be able to route the whole field. Or if we kill the two commanders, we might be able to route the whole field. But that seems unlikely. The longbowmen are just... they're better than Hatan Runa, right? So, you know, the scenario is we might lose these. If we do, whatever. We're losing some upkeep, more upkeep in the Pakwo, honestly. So, it's probably not an even trade, but I'm kind of at the point with my resources where I'm just like, we've got to try some things, so whatever. We're definitely going to lose this. Maybe we win this. Probably not. The swarm immediately got obliterated. And we're doing basically nothing against these longbows. Fun. Man, Hatan Runa really are just bad units. They really are. They are only there for siege defense and siege strength. And patrolling. I guess that's the thing, right? Like, they're cheap flying patrollers, right? Okay, so absolutely lost in Mark. Did we keep our Pakwo? We did. Okay, so, I mean, we can send our Pakwo. We can continue raiding with Swarm and just see if we can get some extra stuff here or there, but no big loss. It's kind of whatever. The big thing is the battle in Nazca, right? So, we won last turn. We left one unit on the field, or we lost last turn, technically, and we left one unit on the field. The question is, does Agartha put forces back onto my capital to try to keep me pinned in, or do they pull out, right? Obviously, there's something here because there's a battle. So we have our full force raid, heavy infantry, mixture of Aukak Runa and Hatan Runa, some Supayas, and then we have a bunch of various sacreds. No real magic diversity to speak of or anything like that. We're just coming in with, you know, the divine blessing. There's something blessing over here. Okay, so yes, but no. So Agartha committed a very small force just to see if I would just poke. Maybe I come out with a scout or something like that. But I have ridden out in force, and force will absolutely destroy this. So this should be a very, very favorable engagement for us. Oh my god, obliterated. Absolutely obliterated. Yep. Easy peasy. We lost one Hatan Runa. Very nice. 16 Agarthan heavy infantries. That's 160 gold for Agartha. And then a Earth Reader is another 80 gold. So, what is that? 240 gold. So, not a huge loss or anything like that, but it adds up, right? Like, when you take 250 units and then another 17, you know, another 240 gold, that adds up. So we're happy to continue to do that. So that is battles for us. We're gonna watch these other battles, but battles for us versus Agartha, 1 win and 1 loss. So cool. And then as far as other battles go, we witnessed Ulm attacking Agartha on the capital, but it's just a scout ping, just kind of seeing what's going on here. And this looks like just province defense, really. Because I think these guys are part of Agartha's province defense, like once you hit 20 and up, so this should be like 25 province defense. which is their normal Cap Province defense, I think. So should be fine. Okay. Wait, did that guy have something? That scout have a... Oh, he has just a short bow. Never mind. Okay, so nothing big going on here. And then there was a battle in Ullur. This is Vanheim with a little Van Jarl and an enchanted spear attacking against... Uh-oh. This is a... I would say the Ashdod army, not an Ashdod army. So this is a dead Van Jarl, absolutely. And didn't really look like there was anything unique going on there. Some animate skeletons, sermons of courage, etc. So no big battlefield spells or anything like that. No real point buffing or anything. So pretty simple. I'm assuming, I think this army was in Ullur last turn, and maybe Van was like, oh, they're gonna move, so we'll just raid this back. And Ashdod did not move. I think that's what happened. So good play by Ashdod. Nice to catch. I mean, a 275 gold Van Jarl is nothing to sneeze at. That enchanted spear was probably just like an event or something like that, but if it wasn't, there's some gems too. No big deal. So that's cool. Unexpected event in Nazca. So unexpected events for the turn. A magical bird of wondrous colors has been found. Small gems were hidden in its gut. Awesome. Air gems. Exciting. Fuck yeah. 4 air gems and 4 earth gems. And then we have another thing that I'm going to count as an event, and this is actually really, really cool. Suddenly, Pachacuti, the Inca, I don't know how to pronounce these words, Chapak, appeared at the gates of your fortress and wanted to fight for your cause. Pachacuti, he who shakes the earth, is the supreme Nazcan emperor. While originally not chosen to succeed his father, he proved his worth in battle against unruly human kingdoms. Whereas his father and brother fled the battlefield, he rallied the army and defeated the invaders so soundly that even the stones rose up to fight on his side. He is not only a great conqueror, subjugating all the surrounding petty realms and transforming Nazca into the empire of the 4 regions, but also a skilled administrator, repopulating the border of the realm with populations from overcrowded areas, I'm assuming that's a typo, and increasing the acceptance of Pakwo by the priests to lower tensions between Nazca and humans. Awesome, 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 awesome. So this guy is really cool. We'll take a look at him here in a second. Events for the turn, 0 negative, 2 positive. We've got 4 air gems, 4 earth gems, and Pachacuti, he who shakes the earth, which is just a badass name, right? Very cool. So let's actually take a look at him. So this is our original Pachacuti. We just randomly got the name on one of our Incas, but this is the actual Pachacuti, and he is dope. He has slightly better stats than an Inca, 12, 12, 12, 16, 16, 18, 12, 12, 12. I'm pretty sure that is slightly better stats, yeah. Oh, actually, 16 is the same. 16 doesn't count because we actually have stuff on him. 18 magic resistance, yes, is better on his side. Actually, I think the gear is swaying things, so... Oh, he doesn't have any gear on him, so never mind. He does not have as good defense, really. Oh, it's because he has the armor of the suns. So never mind. So he doesn't have any gear on him. He straight up has better gear from the armor of the suns. So that's interesting. Cool. The other cool thing about him, obviously, is that he has earth magic, so he's very good at buffing himself with combination of fire, air, and earth. He can put on a bunch of really good thugging, or not really super combatants for him, right, but thugging buffs. Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, obviously, that type of stuff, but things like Mist Form, right, from air, and Flying Shield from air, earth. Things like Phoenix Pyre, from fire. So he's got a lot of flexibility in thugging, but he's also just a really good battlefield caster, right? He has all 3, whereas the Incas have all 1. And the big thing for him is he comes with a retinue, right? So he comes with 1 large earth elemental. I think it's size 6, it might be size 5 or 4, but either way it's enough to fuck up most PD. And then there's 5 small earth elementals, which are all size 1, which, you know, you'd think, okay, well, those are trash, but actually they still hit pretty hard, and they're relatively hard for PD to kill. They might not trample, but they'll still beat the shit out of things. And then every turn, he summons another one of those small things, so he can chaff up the fuck out of a territory, right? So he's great at raiding for buffing himself, for you know, doing things like summon earth elementals or air elementals or fire elementals. He's a fantastic hero. And then he's also a great leader. 170 fucking leadership out of the gate. He has inspirational 2, so he is a +5 for anything that he's leading, and he can lead anything because he's got leadership in all fucking quadrants. So it's fucking awesome. Like, he is great. He is legitimately fantastic. I'm very excited to have him. Super, super cool. So, what the fuck is going on this turn? We have our capital for the first time since, I think, like, turn 17 or 18, right? It's been a while. It's been a while. I think turn 18 is when Agartha hit, because 17 was the last turn that we had. I'm pretty sure we didn't get to see Agartha hit our PD, but Agartha hit our PD on, like, turn 18, and we kicked them off on turn 23. So that's 5 turns, right, that we have not had our capital. So we have our capital, great. We don't have any fucking money, so we can't do anything with our capital. So there's that. We have no recruitment. We do have some special recruitment, though, because now we can actually go back to summoning Supayas. So great. Special recruitment, 2 Supayas for the turn. That'll be nice, you know, get Supayas back online. And thanks to that, I say thanks to that, air event, but I think we actually were gonna have enough air gems for this anyways. We just have some more. No, this would have been, yeah, we got an extra air gem for this, so that air event gave us enough to do this turn. Rituals, we are doing a summon condors, so 1 summon condors this turn. And that's cool. What are we doing? Let's talk about a couple of things here. We've got 3 kind of objectives that we're trying to accomplish this turn. We are moving our Malquis and some Karakas out to Miratrand. We're gonna try to capture Haten Runa, right? If we are able to get a couple of turns of Haten Runa under us, we will have a couple of raiding parties or siege or siege defense, or I guess siege strength, depending on if we have the option of going on the offense. That seems strange to me at this point. Yeah, so I mean, that's a thing that we can do. We'll see how it goes. We are also attacking into Bara and Satrandith. Satrandith is just going to be this Pakwa. If this Pakwa is going up against 1-6 PD with Swarmcast, he will probably win. If he is going up against more than 1-6 PD, he will probably die. I probably shouldn't be throwing this guy away, but I'm kind of the opinion of, at this point, like, he needs to do some stuff for me, or else he's not worth the upkeep cost, because we don't have income for him right now. I know that sounds strange, but, like, what, 84 divided by 12, he's 7 gold a turn, right? And 7 gold a turn actually is a lot at this moment, right? Like, that's a fair amount. So, like I said, probably not a good idea for me to be so cavalier with him, but I need stuff. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, whatever. It's less upkeep. Kind of the same situation over here in Bara, but not as much, right? Like, these wolves don't cost us any upkeep, and neither does this werewolf, but they're not doing anything for us, right? So we're going to throw them at this province in the effort of trying to kind of like get part of our cap circle back. If they run into 1-6 PD, they're probably fine. If they run into more, they're probably going to HP route, and the werewolf will run away. Is, again, kind of is what it is, right? So why are we not, we have an army, right? Why are we not doing more with that army? Two things. The first is that we got to patrol our capital down, right? There's a shit ton of unrest here. We're barely making any income, and we need to make money to be able to do anything, right? So, one, we are patrolling with a large amount of our forces. Not all of our forces, but a large amount of our forces. So, the other reason why we're not attacking a location with full force is because of the location of enemy armies. Agartha has a force right here, and Ashdod has a force right here. And we have no idea whether or not it's... is it likely that Agartha is going to come back here after having pulled back? Probably not, but can we afford to lose if that is what happens? No, not at all, right? And it would seem strange to me if Ashdod attacked in Bara, but it's entirely possible that Vanheim, like, oh, shit, peace agreement, here, you can have this, and, you know, this, or you get to have the throne and 124, and I get 84 back, now we have peace, right? So, like, there's entirely the possibility that we go to one of these locations and it turns shitty for us, right? So we're going to make some very low commitment attacks while patrolling our capital down, and we're going to go from there, okay? The other scenario is we're trying to keep all of our leaders researching right now. Anyone who has any amount of research, we're kind of just trying to research with, because from a world scale here, we're not dead. We're not dead. It's turn 24. We're not dead. But honestly, we're not alive, right? Like, we have gone from dead to inconsequential, right? Any of our neighbors could still very easily kill us. Ashdod could kill us with just about anything. Vanheim could kill us with just about anything. Agartha could probably kill us if they just sent a concerted effort back towards us with some minor preparations. Though they are a little busy with Ulm, right? So hopefully they won't have that opportunity. And then I think Yis could probably kill us if it weren't for the fact that I think Yis is busy fighting and potentially dying to Pelagia, right? So there's that, right? I'm trying not to get my hopes up, right? There's this creeping concept that'll get into any Dominions player's head, right, after they win a cap defense and someone else is attacking that enemy, that it's like, okay, oh my god, I did it, I'm gonna win now. No, absolutely. Like, I am so astronomically behind, right? Growth in both, generally in both, like, economy, gem income, research, in most of those things, in production, in power projection, almost all of those things are not quite exponential, right, in Dominions, but they can be, right? So it's not just that I'm, you know, a 4-province miner at turn 24, right? It's that the curve, the power curve of all of these other things, of economy, of gem income, of research, all of these things, all of these other players have started that curve up, right? And even just being, if we talk about the concept of I lost most of my military on turn 15. So if we're like, okay, well, it's turn 24. You're less than 10 turns behind everyone. No, absolutely not. If I would be closer to people in power, right, from turn, maybe not 1 to 10, but like 1 to 6 or 1 to 8, than I am from turn 15 for me, or from turn 24 now to people's turn 10, right? The concept. I am incredibly far behind. I am horribly far behind on the power curve, and it's only going to get worse, right? Because that concept of not quite, again, not exponential growth. Research can be exponential growth. Power projection can be exponential growth. Gem income, typically not so much. Economy absolutely can be, So like all of these things, as people are beginning their kind of curves upward, I don't even have any income really to speak of from an actual like gold, from gem income, from research, like none of this stuff. So I'm trying to manage my expectations, right? I have gone from I'm dead to I am inconsequential. If I play my cards perfectly, right? If this game goes for another 60 turns and I play my cards just right with the alliances, with the negotiations and diplomacy, with the target selection, with the research, etc., etc. If I play my game great from here on out, I will possibly be able to elevate from inconsequential, right, to inconvenient, right, and annoyance. I am still out of this game. It would require the game to go to like turn 100 or more, and for me to play things perfectly, and for me to be able to keep anyone and everyone off my back, etc., etc., for me to catch up on research, have a chance in hell of having any amount of real gem income, of being able to have enough time to generate enough like sacreds, right, to actually have it matter. Like I cannot stress this enough, right? So I'm trying to manage my own expectations, even coming off the high of that win, to think about what can I do to not win, right? But what can I do to get from inconsequential to inconvenient or annoying, right? Like, so in that kind of concept, right, we do need to start taking some territory back. Agartha is the obvious choice there. Ashdod and Vanheim seem to be embroiled in a pretty bitter conflict. So the hope there is that conflict just lasts. They just bash the brains out of each other back and forth, and that lasts for a while, and it distracts them, right? Jotunheim and Nabaa, I believe, are in a conflict as well, and hopefully that lasts for a while. The game plan, the concept is if Ulm can do some heavy lifting against Agartha. I've already done some heavy lifting, but if Ulm can do some heavy lifting and maybe I can do a little bit more heavy lifting, then in 5 to 10 turns, maybe I look like this, right? And Ulm looks like this, and then if Ashdod and Van have been bashing each other's heads in, then maybe, we Ulm and I border Van. Ulm and I at that point would border Ashdod, right? Like, maybe we can turn the tide of that conflict. And again, right, the idea of not me getting back in the game, not me getting in to win, but me being an annoyance, right? Like me being able to pester someone or threaten someone with inconvenience. Again, that kind of mentality of punitive damages, black eye, and I think ultimately, the concept of not a win, but if I can see Agartha, Ashdod, and Van dead before me, I would count that as a win. Or even if they're not dead, right? If I could facilitate them losing and someone else winning, not that I'm gonna play Kingmaker, because I don't like that kind of style of concept, right? Like, I'm always gonna try to keep the win in my mind. I just think it's out of my hands until turn 100 plus, right? So yeah, that's the mindset, right? So we're gonna try to take what we can. we're gonna try to not piss off Ashdod, because I think Ashdod is the bigger concern for me than Van at this moment. I think Van could absolutely kill me, but I think Van is busy dealing with Ashdod, whereas Ashdod could just move stuff at me, right? So Van needs to deal with Ashdod, and then they could move stuff with at me. Ashdod could just move stuff at me immediately. So I don't think pinging here or trying to take this back is going to piss off Van. I think Van will be like, whatever, I'm just going to take it back from you later. And that's fair, you know? But I think attacking Ashdod might provoke Ashdod to turn around and be like, okay, well, here, let me come fucking deal with you real quick, right? So we're going to focus on Agartha, try to get some of this stuff back, and then just see what we can do, right? I don't think what we can do is going to be very much. I do still think that it's very likely that even if we can spell the demise for Agartha, either Van or Ashdod is going to turn around and just kill the shit out of me, or whoever wins the conflict in the water, right? I think it's very likely for them to be like, oh, who are my potential land threats? Nazca could be one if they got their feet back under them. Right? Like, I absolutely would expect that. So, yeah, anyways, I can ramble on about this for forever and ever. We're doing what we can. I don't think it's going to be very much. I think we've elevated ourselves from dead to inconsequential. The goal now is to elevate ourselves from inconsequential to nuisance. And I guess if there's an ultimate goal, it's to see Agartha, Ashdod, and Vanheim lose, right? So, some lofty ideas for a 4-province minor. Let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.